Hello you lovely sluts, how's it going? It's Jung and Cheekbones, and today we are not talking about K-pop. We're talking about Law & Order Special Victims Unit. This video is going to be a little bit different from what I typically do on this channel. It's a character analysis video, if you read the title. We're talking about my favorite character from Law & Order SVU, Sonny Carisi, and why he is gay! But in all seriousness, I'm going to use this video to explain why I think Carisi is queer-coded. If you don't know what queer-coded means, read this. To give you a little bit of background about Sonny, he was born in Staten Island in a very Catholic family with 3 sisters. After being promoted to detective, he was transferred around from borough to borough a few times, never really fitting in. He describes himself in his introduction episode as being sensitive, moody, and empathetic. However, he's also portrayed as being awkward, brash, and somewhat socially inept. For his first 2 seasons, if you hear a character say, Carisi, you half expect the phrase, read the room, to be followed right after it. Now, to get into the actual meat of the video, we're answering the question, is Sonny queer-coded? Now, I have a list of reasons, and I've organized them based on how valid they are, ranging from, oh, this makes perfect sense, to, what the fuck? Let's start with reason number 1, his religious background. It was established early on in the show that Sonny was raised in a devout Catholic family, and as an adult he still practices that faith. And any devout Catholic will tell you that Catholic guilt is very much a real thing, as Sonny has mentioned many times on the show. This aspect of Sonny's character really comes to light in the season 17 episode Unholiest Alliance. Sonny's faith in his, faith is seriously tested when the squad uncovers an underage sex trafficking ring in the Catholic Church. At one point in the episode, we find out that Tucker's cousin, Father Eugene, is a closeted gay man, whose secret gets exposed because of the detective's investigation. In a penultimate scene before the case is finally closed, Sonny finds Father Eugene at the church, and they have this scene.
I was born and raised in the church. I got 2 cousins who were priests. I even thought that I'd become one myself. I mean, to me, there was no higher calling.
Then I can imagine what you must think of the church and me.
No, you can't. I still go to Mass.
The whole scene is like 4 minutes long, so I won't show the whole thing, but there is one specific line in the scene that I want to focus on, and that's this exchange.
You can't imagine. You can't imagine how many times I have knelt. And prayed to be relieved of this weakness.
Yes, I can.
Father Eugene is referring to the guilt that he's experienced being gay and being a priest. How he always knew it was wrong and always prayed that God would fix him. He tells Carisi, you don't know what that's like, and Carisi says, yes, I do. I do know what that's like. I think that pretty much tells us everything we need to know, so let's move on to the second reason. Point number 2, his involvement with LGBT cases and/or victims. Unholiest Alliance isn't the only time where we see Sonny being particularly connected to a case with a gay victim. In the season 18 episode American Dream, Carisi has a heart-to-heart with a gay Syrian refugee, Youssef. By the way, sorry for the bad quality, I had to record this off my TV.
Listen, once people think will happen, things will change. The world doesn't change. People don't change.
You see, I don't believe that. People uniting, making their voices heard, refusing to be oppressed, that's what this country's all about. I mean, that's why you came here, right?
I came here because I like being alive.
Now, this is going to get a little bit into stereotyping territory here, but I feel like I need to mention it. His relationship with his family, specifically his father. In various points throughout the show, Sonny has established that his family is very Catholic and very religious. He has also clarified that some members of his family are homophobic, which seems like an odd piece of information to even volunteer if you're not gay yourself. In the season 20 opener, Man Up, Carisi has a heart-to-heart with a teenage sexual abuse victim and tells him a little bit about his relationship with his father.
Hoops was my game. In high school, I played the point. I wasn't much of a shooter, but man, I could dish. Wasn't good enough for my old man, though. He used to bust my balls about passing up shots. Wide open in the paint, I'd still pass to this pimply kid at the top of the key who... This kid could not hit the ocean from a boat. Truth is, half the time I did it just to piss off my dad.
So your old man didn't know squat about basketball?
More like he didn't know anything about me. I knew even less about him. Neither one of us had the guts to ask.
We were just talking. I told you that. Something you obviously wouldn't know anything about. Just because you had a screwed up life doesn't mean everyone did.
Hey, Sam.
Look,
Sam.
my dad would never hurt me, okay?
Despite talking about the rest of his family a lot, this is the only time he's ever really mentioned his father. Reason number I don't even know. The gay club scene versus the strip club scene. Hear me out. Hear me out. In the episode Down Low in Hell's Kitchen, Finn and Carisi go undercover in a gay bar.
That's what, the fifth guy in and out? The chief can pull. That's almost close in time. Chief did his job, just not at night.
Okay, nothing from the UCs at the other bars either. I'll text the captain.
Hold on. Incoming.
Here we go.
And that's all fine and dandy, but then, like 4 episodes later, he and Finn have to go undercover in a strip club, and he plays it off a little different.
Why am I here again?
Well, in case you haven't noticed, since you left, we're short on male detectives.
Hey, how you two doing tonight?
Well, good.
Just admiring the view.
I don't know about quiet boy here, but I figured you for more than a tourist.
I'm really here for my man.
Oh.
He's looking for a girl he met a month ago here, a blonde.
Honey, last week I was a blonde. You're gonna have to do better than that.
She's got a tattoo of a bird on her hand. She's a painter.
Oh, Monica, she quit. Last I heard, she was working a dungeon. S&M. Probably not your speed.
Okay, but tell me why Carisi looks like he's sitting on a freaking thumbtack in that scene. Like, honestly, show me a straight man that looks that uncomfortable in a strip club, and I will show you a man that isn't straight. And it's so funny because, like, he was perfectly in his element when he was in the gay bar, and he's been undercover so many times, but put him in a strip club, and he looks so he looks like he would rather be anywhere else, and it's so funny. Okay, this video is getting way too long, so I'm gonna speed run through my last couple points and just wrap it up. The fact that Carisi, like, definitely had a crush on Barba at some point in the show. Like, okay, we all knew this one was coming, let's be honest.
I heard about your setback in court today, and I've been looking into Baker v. Card. Now, in order to establish a political question, complaint country Cuba needs to show that it's got standing to do so in the first place. Right? That means it would have to show there was harm. How do you harm a country? Harm its citizens. So obviously, by that logic, Finn harmed Byron by snatching him up. Only Byron Moss is not a Cuban citizen. So the only Cubans that were hurt by what Finn did were Byron's kid and his wife. My guess, his wife is going to testify.
Wow, I'm impressed.
You got it all by yourself?
Yeah, I did.
Well, give yourself a Cupid doll, detective.
Oh, Raphael, are you mad that you didn't think about it first?
Didn't have to. Dorgan gave us notice. I gotta be in court.
That's why the world hates lawyers.
Yeah. See you tomorrow. Hey, you know how you used to come to all my closing arguments? Yeah. Let's see if you learned anything.
Like, come on, lawyer boyfriends, right? Okay, this one's kind of dumb, but, like, apparently the squad thinks he's a bad driver. I don't know. Sounds kind of gay to me.
Yeah, well, let's follow him back to the nest. We're staying with the van.
Copy. We'll stay with the house.
Carisi's driving. Great. Okay, slow down, fly boy. I got it. You'll lose him.
Give Carisi a break.
I bet. Easy, man. That's what I'm doing. Damn. He's testing us. So what? Do you too? Nah, he's not stupid. Let him go. He's coming right back past us. I told you Carisi would lose him.
Relax, okay?
Okay guys, so that's pretty much all I have for the video. Thank you for sitting through 10 minutes of my bullshit while I talk about how I think Carisi's gay. We'll be back to our regularly scheduled and somewhat regularly uploaded programming starting next week, so have a good day, sluts.